Welcome to Summarize Science, where we break down complex research for you. Have you ever wondered how we remember the past or even imagine the future? A groundbreaking paper introduces a new model called Genesis that provides some fascinating answers. Traditionally, scientists talk about two main types of memory: semantic memory for facts, like knowing Paris is the capital of France, and episodic memory for personal experiences, like remembering your trip to Paris. But the big question has always been, how do these two systems interact? This is where the Genesis model comes in, providing a unified framework for how they work together. As shown here, the model has two main components that mimic the brain's cortex and hippocampus. The cortical part learns the general concepts and structure of things, like the shape of different numbers or the appearance of different colors. The hippocampal part then takes these concepts and stores them as specific, time-stamped memories, like seeing a red number 9 at a particular moment. One of the most interesting findings is how memory is affected by limited capacity, which you can think of as the brain's available attention or resources. When the model encodes a memory with low capacity, it loses the fine-grained, unique details. Later, when it tries to reconstruct that memory, it fills in the gaps using a generic prototype, creating what's called a gist-based distortion. This explains why our own memories can sometimes feel fuzzy, where we remember the general idea of an event, but not the specific details. The model isn't just about remembering, it's also about creating. Genesis can generalize its knowledge to generate plausible images of things it has never seen before. But the most exciting part is how the model simulates imagination. Genesis can actively take pieces from different stored memories and recombine them to construct a completely novel scenario. It could take the shape from a memory of a 9 and the color from a memory of a 7 to create a brand new image. This process, called constructive episodic simulation, is thought to be the foundation for how we imagine future events, dream, and think creatively. So, let's quickly recap the important takeaways from this research. First, memory isn't like a video camera that passively records events. It's an active and constructive process. Second, our general knowledge of the world profoundly shapes how we form and recall specific personal memories, sometimes even distorting them. Third, the model shows how our brain's capacity limits aren't just a weakness, but a key feature that explains why we often remember the gist of things. Finally, Genesis provides a powerful mechanism explaining how we can recombine past experiences to simulate and imagine the future. This framework could be a huge step forward in understanding memory and its failures in disorders like Alzheimer's disease. It could also help in developing more creative and human-like artificial intelligence. That's all for this episode of Summarize Science.